Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Congress, Arizona. It is just after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're putting this little video together to highlight the lights in our rig that Fleetwood has given us.
It's our major problem, our one major problem that we have had since we took possession of our coach.
We have 48 LED lights in here, the little 3-inch disc LED lights. Of those 48 lights, I believe we only have 18 of them that work. A lot of them are either out completely or most of the way out. All of our lights are on right now on this rig.
So we have 2 here, 1 there.
There's a bunch of burned out lights in here.
One in the bank here. Both of our dining room lights are out. In our kitchen area, we have a light right here that's out, as well as one that's going out. It's on its way. As you can see, it's barely illuminated, and this one's completely dead.
So there's supposed to be 3 under cabinet lights right there. There's only one partial.
The stove, however, that is not an LED light, so we don't try to run this as much as possible because it hits our batteries a little bit harder. As you can see, I don't know if you can get that in the shot. This is what a light looks like when it's going dead.
It doesn't show up that well.
There's 3 banks, 1, 2, 3. This one only has 1 working. So as you can tell, just in this area alone, it's very dark to eat our meals. Obviously, we have all the shades down right now, but it's still a dark area. We have another light out here. Both of these lights here, I feel like I'm a flight attendant.
Yeah. Now to the bathroom.
Moving to the bathroom.
We have a couple light. We have a lot of natural light from the skylight above the shower, but when it's not light out, when the sun's down, we're missing 1 light in the far corner. You can kind of see it's partially out, and there's a light. I think 1 light.
Yes, underneath.
1 light underneath the vanity. That's completely out. So it's kind of, although there are 4 other lights in here, 3 other lights in here, it does light up pretty good. However, this room back here,
I'm going to shut this to show how dark this area gets. So this is our second bathroom vanity area, and there are 4 lights in this area, which 3 are completely dead. So if I were to turn off our bedroom lights, it's pretty dark in here, and this is where I am supposed to get ready, do my hair, makeup, all that. It's pretty dark because without the natural sunlight, or if it's nighttime, I can barely even see in the medicine cabinet. So we're in our bedroom, and the bedroom is actually the lightest place in our entire coach. But we sleep in here, so that's not.
You don't need the light all the time.
We do have 1 completely dead light here,
another one here,
as well as another over our dresser, and we have a couple of partial working lights.
Okay, so here we are. I've got the lights from ITC. ITCUS.com is the website. What I did is I go on to the forums quite a bit. IRV2 had several forums of other folks with different manufacturers' rigs. Winnebago, Itasca, Fleetwood, of course, was on there, and several other of the major manufacturers are all using these same lights from ITC. And there was a gentleman on the forums that said he had very good luck contacting ITC directly and got lights through them. So I did the same thing. I decided to call them up and say, hey, I've got some burned out lights. And they acknowledged the fact, based off the year of our rig, is a 2016 model, they acknowledged the fact that we probably do have burned out lights. They've had a big problem with that in the past. It's documented on the forums. There have been, I don't know how many pages of forums written about these lights. It was a poor batch of lights from China. the soldering was bad. It was a low temperature solder or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what the problem was.
Basically,
ITC knows there was a problem.
Yeah, what I read is when the temperature, the lights burn out, which is fairly low, but that was the failing point of the solder.
Yes. So the solder was too low of a melting point or something like that. So ITC knew of this problem, and when I called, they were very gracious and very understanding with the fact that I had some burned out lights. When I went to tell them how many, they stepped back a little bit. Initially, I told them we had 24 lights burned out. And they had said that, wow, we've never heard of anybody having that many lights burned out in one rig. And then, normally it's been 3 or 4.
And then we told them we have more failing, so let's just up that number to round it up to 30. But she wanted us to actually check every single light and tell them which one was 100% burnout and which ones were partial. And when we did the math, as of that day, we were at 30 total.
30 lights. So we're traveling. We're on the road now, so we don't have a permanent address. So we had to figure out where we're going to be, when we're going to be, and have them ship general delivery to a post office. They were great. They did 3-day shipping for us, so we got them very quickly. And then we went down to Phoenix and went to Home Depot and got some other parts and pieces to make this work. So what I'm going to do is replace my old lights with these new lights, and they happen to be the identical lights, glass cover, metal housing, the same LED in here, which hopefully has better solder now.
Which I might say, we originally tried to do this with our dealer. Our dealer has been fabulous. However, when you're on the road, it's so difficult. And they sent us the other light that's behind you. They sent us a couple of lights. When we first took possession of our rig 2.5 months ago, there was only 4 lights that were dead. So in 2.5 months, that number's grown by 26 to 30. But the dealer sent us a completely different light. It's a
Lexan plastic lens, which just it doesn't, the quality isn't there.
And the plastic housing.
Plastic housing, and the color of the light when it was plugged in, the color of the light was different.
It's a totally different LED.
It wasn't acceptable. We told our dealer this is not going to fly, and this is what Fleetwood sent to our dealer. So this is what Fleetwood wanted to try to send us, which is not acceptable. You spend this kind of money on this kind of rig, you want it to be replaced with the original equipment.
Especially glass. I didn't want to have a plastic lens next to a glass lens. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so these lights that we have, most of them, all of them that I've seen, come with this little Molex plug on it, and like I said before, we can't find these plugs anywhere in town. It's difficult. I'm sure if we were to search hard enough online and do an Amazon shipping and all that, we could probably do it. But to get it replaced now, I'm going to use these little Ideal Insure plugs. Basically, it should be just, you got to strip the wires and plug it in, and it should just light right up. So we'll see what happens with this. And I am working with 12 volt. This is not 120 volt, so I should be good. Ooh, that's an old light. It just turned on partially. It gave it a flicker. So once again, yes, this is 12 volt circuitry, not 110 volts. So the possibility of shocking is much lower. I mean, it's a low voltage shock, so it's no big deal. So plug that in. Let's test it here. Oh no, it doesn't work. What did I do?
Blooper fail.
Okay, so I actually had to get my voltmeter and check the hot line and neutral line, and it's a bit reversed, I guess. So originally I was thinking, black to black and white to white, or other color to other color, but no. In this case, our ground or our neutral is black going to the neutral white, and our positive is the black going to our other positive here. So using these connectors, I was able to connect the lights up. And now we'll just stuff it back in the hole. And boom. Got a new light. So now I got to do this 29 more times. And I know that one over there is going to be difficult because it's got a short cord on it. So Alright, so I'm midway into this lighting exchange thing, and as you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights pulled down from the ceiling. This is just a small portion of all the lights that we've actually had to go change. I've changed everything on the kitchen circuit and above the couch and above the dining room. So this is where we're at so far. I'm liking it with all the lights. It's kind of nice.
It's been a while.
It's going to be a whole different rig now. So as you can see, there's quite a bit going on here, and we'll give you another update once everything is all done and lit up the way it's supposed to be. Alrighty, so I believe I've just finished up my light replacement project. I replaced 30 lights, all these little round 3-inch LED lights you see in the ceiling. A lot of those were out, and all the ones along the cabinets, like where Stacy's working at a computer station, and also above the couch and above the sink, all those under cabinet lights were out too. It's amazing what difference it makes when you have full light in here.
I can see.
I can see now. I can see clearly now. It's kind of nice, and it's still a bright sunshiny day outside. We have the blinds turned down just so we can show how well our lights work. We're kind of impressed. So we'll take a little walk through the rig. You can see where we worked, where I've done a little bit of replacement here. A couple lights down there.
Don't mind the mess.
Hey, baby. And then these 3 lights down there. 2 of them have been out for a long time, and the one above the sink was, or one of the ones above the sink was just starting to go out, so it was getting really dark there. So it's really nice to have all that light now. That's great. And then above the couch, the reading lights there, those were all out at one point, so we have all those back. It's great. And as we go into the vanity and the bathroom area, it is a whole new world back here too. This is great. We can see in here now, vanity area. This is where we like to get ready to go for our day trips and such. And pardon, I'm going to turn around real quick, show off the bedroom, and then into the bathroom. We had a couple lights in here that were out. Not a big deal, but it sure does make a big difference to have everything working in the bathroom. And then the bedroom, of course, as we said before, it wasn't too bad, but it's much better now. So, pretty excited to have light. It's the little things, right, that make the difference. So that was a tour of our rig, all lit up. Here it is from the backside. Looking forward towards the front. This is our Fleetwood Discovery 37R. I actually love it. It's a great rig.
We'll do another video with a tour of it.
Yep. So there are lights. Okay, so I'm just finishing up the job now. I'm kind of getting everything all put away. I just wanted to kind of show you the lights. This is one of the, well, it got mangled pretty good in taking it out, but these little springs, keeper springs, fold down against the side of the housing and keep them up in the roof like that. This is obviously one of the old lights. The little teeny LEDs inside you see here are the ones that were failing. The solder was improper. They replaced them with a much more beefy, a much better light, a much better soldering setup, a much better LED. So we were able to take I had to struggle with this one a little bit. Obviously, kind of got tweaked, but that's what I pulled out. Pulled out 30 of these things, and we're sending them back to ITC RV Lighting. They were really easy to work with. If you have any of their lights in your rig and they're failing, and if they fit within their time frame of bad Chinese product, they'll replace them for you. I guess this is till next time. Pauhana.